Now, you are a coach since for many years, and you have been working with ChessBase equally also for many years, and you know a couple of things which are very important, not only to coach other people, which I like to do with in my chess club, but of course you can also teach something to yourself with this.
Well, also from my experience with other coaches, they usually are interested to what I thought they want to see not only how to prepare material, but how to establish what kind of material is for this particular or that particular student most okay, the best. And so how to figure out his or her weaknesses or strong points or so on. Well, I should say that normally your experience as a coach helps you a lot, of course, because when you analyze games, your experience tells you about the weaknesses of the pupil. But if you don't have enough experience, or if you need a quick evaluation, then ChessBase offers you this if you have a database of the games of your student, because yes, you have to evaluate quickly his weaknesses, and yeah. Well, I can show it very quickly on my if I would take
Please do so.
I made actually a database with my own games, but you don't even need that. Now I'm thinking you go to your reference database or your mega database. For me, these are the same reference and mega. I use this
Yeah, I
method.
mean, this is how you should use it. You always should, I not always, but most of the cases you should put the mega database as your reference after all.
Yes and no. It depends what as a coach you yes, but as a player usually you need a smaller database so that you can quickly maybe access only the type of games you need.
Okay.
But actually you can do it also in the Mega. I can show you that in the end if you want, how you can use Mega very quickly for sorting out games, exactly the type of games you need. But okay, let's stick to what I did here. I opened the players. Yeah, I go to control players, control P.
Control
Yeah,
P. That's a
yeah.
good. That's a good way to remember it. Control P is control players.
Control, yeah, control players, exactly. Okay, and now, okay, now you type here, I will type here my name. We can take Carlson, but okay, let's take myself. And you go, okay, quickly you go, you can go here to dossier and here to style report. This you have in ChessBase 18. And style report, it's immediately you get this. So you have here information about the player, weakest ELO 2430, strongest ELO from this selection of games. And then this is what you have here. Actually, you see here my weakest point is 18%, it's aggressiveness. Aggressiveness, yeah? Aggressiveness, which means that I am not very aggressive. So as a player.
Almost thought so.
Yeah, and my strongest point is theory. So
Definitely, yes.
according to this, so okay, you have already as a also as a player, but also as a trainer, you have a hint, a very important thing. Yeah.
Okay, how
Hint.
important are those hints, and what can you do with those hints? That is the main question which everybody is asking.
Exactly. Okay. So first you have to figure out what is the weakest point. Let's stay by weakest thing is aggressiveness, which means I I could interpret it so I don't go for attack. Yeah, I don't go for a sharp play. I prefer positional play. Observations also you can see here many quick draws, which is also not let's say I want to improve that for my student, for myself, doesn't matter. So now let's stay here. I figured out I am not aggressive. I don't go for attack. This is our conclusion. I close this. Oh, okay. I make it like this. And then I close here. I go back to the main page and I open the search mask. Control F, find. And here I have all these
Yes.
subjects, I go to strategy. I can go maybe to attacks, but I know that in strategy I find in principle many things.
It's surprisingly one of the very, very often used features by many, many masters. The strategy search option in the mega database is huge.
Yes, you can find here, for instance, I could go winning sacrifice. Yeah, this I find out maybe the combinations. Maybe I can search for king's attack. Maybe this is even more to the point in my case. Yeah,
Okay.
I want to find games with the king's attack. And then
Interesting.
I can go to game data to make it now quicker because it will take some time. Okay, German, normally if you want to gather some material, it takes some time. Yeah, it take maybe 20, 25 minutes. It depends what you, and we can here search from, I don't know, have year 2025. Let's leave it this way. And I think I don't have anything else here open. I can also, if I want, I can
Yeah.
put ELO, yeah, 25. But on the other hand, the more I select here, let's make average over 25.
The longer it takes.
Slower, yeah, the longer it takes. So, okay, let's do it, and we'll stop maybe at some point.
Yeah, we don't have to run through all the positions as you mentioned already. This
Yes,
will take
I think this will take maybe 5 minutes. I would say that about 5 minutes. But let's stop process. So we have already many games, yeah, and games
exactly
with
for showing for demonstration reasons. We're checking them out now.
yes, and we see that the average we have over 25. And okay, all these games are involving some aggressive, some attack, some king's attack. So generally, I can choose and see such games. Yeah, this for student is simply I can choose here some games as a trainer, and then analyze these games with a student. So I have games with a subject which I need. Yeah, I can also choose games with winning sacrifice, which means the combinations. Basically, these are combinations.
But you would choose in general something which is very obviously involving aggressiveness. That is often enough a sacrifice, an attack. And from there on, what do you do with this? You collect the games and put them in a database, or you study them, or
As a trainer, of course, I need a bit more. So I would select here maybe some games. I would look here, maybe a certain players. I would let's select them. Look, games by Carlsen.
not
Maybe
the
that's
worst
already enough.
choice.
Carlsen or Caruana, or you can choose any of Fiuzia, who is an extremely
Oh yeah,
creative player. Yeah.
yeah.
So you can choose Aonian also. So you can choose maybe to limit yourself to one certain player. Then you can make a
Okay.
database, yeah, of this player. And as a trainer, I would first look through these games myself, maybe to select there, maybe to prepare some questions, and then I would analyze this with a student. This is practically the material which is already given to you by ChessBase. You don't need necessarily to have a big knowledge yourself as a trainer. Because you get all these games selected. Because I myself, I would always think of my own experiences, what games I know already, what classical games I know, what games I know on certain subjects. But as a less experienced player, or maybe if you need a quick material, you have a material which is already given to you. So this is very simple. Yes, and you are right. I would create here a database and then work with that database.
Okay, and one second point, maybe we can try to search for games like this. If I have a group of players, let's say 5 to 7 people, and some are aggressive and some are very positional, I cannot please everyone. But if I would go like, okay, this Wednesday we will train positional games, I would use this approach by going into the search engine, open strategy, and then I would search for positional. Is there an option like this, or is this a good approach? What I'm thinking of?
I mean, I would always, as I said, I would base on my own experience. In this
Yeah.
case, if you have a mixed group, there are games which contain both, which contain positional play, with very aggressive play. But it's based on positional approach, and in the certain moment it can it becomes very sharp and tactic, and you
Okay.
have to use that tactic exactly at that moment. I mean, I can give you some examples from my head now,
Yes,
but I
please.
don't know. Okay, let's say go again to search mask. We have to reset everything first because
Yeah.
we
By the way,
some
how did you open the search mask? I know that you're using shortcuts, but for our viewers,
yes, Control Find, Control F.
Control F. So
Yes.
clever. So we
So
have
not
Control P for find
players,
players.
control players, and control find. Yeah,
Control
control
find is
find.
search. Oh,
And
easy,
here,
easy.
if I am not mistaken, so I had in mind again Gelfand against Van Ewer, but I'm not sure if Van Ewer you write it this way, or maybe
Or
Van
Yue
Ewer.
Wang. Yeah. Ah, but you were
Oh,
lucky.
yeah, I was correct. So it was in 2010. Let me see. So is this, yeah, this opening was it. So for instance, that's quite a quick look at the game. Yeah, very quick. Yeah. So it's a very positional game. It becomes a very close type of position. Okay, here it is annotated. So we have a positional, only strategical game. No tactics, how to improve this position. And if I know the games, and I know already some critical moments. At some point, for instance, White tripled his pieces on the H file, but Black protected everything. So let's go somewhere where I think it could be. It could be something like maybe here. Look.
Ah,
So
yeah, we're getting there.
actually, yeah, the queen came here. So you see, but
Wow.
so white attacks h7, but black protects it more than enough. How do you make progress in such a position? It's very strategic. So Gelfand's approach is he improves the position as much as possible, and then he will look at if it's enough or not enough for victory or not. So what he did? You see here this pawn. I'm sure you did not notice it at
I
the
did.
beginning.
You
You
won't
did, yeah?
believe it. I've read this was one of my first thoughts. I swear, really.
Yeah, okay, then okay,
But
but
then I
this
calculated it's not enough.
it's not enough. So what he did, he at some point he transferred this knight, I believe this knight, via this marshal to b3,
Oh my
and the queen to
goodness.
d2 to attack the pawn, so to force the pawn to advance. Okay, let's see. I think at some point, look. Black can play here queen d8, but you can play queen d2. Yeah, and then okay, a4, and it's the same position in principle. A4. Now the knight goes back. The knight goes now to d3. The knight from d3 can go to b4 and attack c6. Everything is well protected, yeah? But at some point, white will open up the position with b3. But when? So I told you that it will become very tactical at some moment. Because this is everything. Look, knight h4, it already threatens to take on g6. So let's say black makes any move, so I can take here on g6. And
Yeah,
everything
the
works.
bishop will.
Bishop is not possible, yeah? Knight should take. But now bishop h5 is coming here.
Yeah.
And again, everything is becoming very concrete. And look what happened in the game. Played bishop g7, now it's becoming extremely complete, knight takes g6. If the queen takes, then bishop h5, yeah? If queen takes,
Queen gone.
yeah, queen gone. You see? And but the nicest thing happened, I think, at some point here. The move knight h8, yeah? Yeah, yeah, I can see your reaction actually. The knight goes to f7 and to d6, and if you take, then you lose in all variations. Yeah, that it was
Oh
something like
my
this.
God,
King
bishop
h6,
f7.
bishop f7, and then you have this nice take, and g6.
Unbelievable.
And yeah, and everything. So you can use this game as a strategy. And actually, what happened in the game later, Van Huye was I witnessed this game live because I was a commentator of this tournament.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
saw that, okay, here it looks like, look, black defended very well. So black is a pawn down, but he got a very strong knight on g6. White goes nowhere on the h file. White has a bad bishop. How to win this position? How to win this position? Yeah, you exchange queens, and you come with the king here, you play b3, and you open either b file, or then if he takes, you play a4, you open here everything, and you win. And this is, the queen came to h5, to h7, threatening rook h6, and exchanged everything, and then the king comes to, at some point white plays b3, then they play a4, and black cannot hold the position. So basically this is absolutely classical game, but it's a modern classic. Actually, I have a rubric, a column of modern classics, and it's very rare that you find such type of games where in the modern chess you can show so clearly the plans. But here you have, because you told about mixed,
Yeah.
here you have mix of everything. Everything you need, here you have it. Endgame,
So-
opening, sharp, and positional.
And talking about a game like this will take more than an hour with a group of people, clearly.
Yes, but you don't have necessarily to show the whole game. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
sure.
show.
You can go to the-
two positions, so it's enough. How to improve the position and how to make this knight h4, knight h8. Yeah.
I love it. So to sum this up, first, find out if you have a student or more students, or you can also try it with yourself. The style report gives away already some hints. What is your weakness? Can you improve your weakness? Then you go on to the search mask, and there is so many motifs in the reference database, in the mega database. So you just pick whatever you want to pick. You get new ideas, new games. This is the most fun, of course. A game which has been played maybe 1 or 2 days ago, you just pick it, and then you go like, here, this is just a very recent game. This is an attack with a sacrifice. How to find the sacrifice, what are the steps? And you learn something for yourself, and especially your students also learn something. Did I get this right, or did I miss something?
Yes. Of course, as a trainer, I would always advise first to go through all these games yourself, or through all examples yourself, to get an idea and to check it. This is usually is good nowadays when everybody checks everything with a computer. It's good that you check it yourself first. So, and then you have the material.
Fantastic. Dorian, thank you so much, and we see each other soon enough.